certified postpartum fitness coach, Jenna Dalton, and today we are doing a lovely pelvis release. So this is a fantastic mobility and stretching flow. If you have tightness in your pelvic floor, if you are dealing with prolapse or diastasis, these are all things that can actually create tightness in your pelvic floor. A lot of people don't realize that when you have prolapse, when you have diastasis, they think of it as a weakness and things are loose, but actually a tight pelvic floor can be a key component of both having issues with prolapse, with diastasis, and even leaking. So opening up the pelvis, relaxing, releasing in those muscles can be really, really key. It's also great if you are experiencing pelvic pain or pain in your glutes or pain in your core because of tight pelvic floor muscles, or maybe you have pain during sex because of tight pelvic floor muscles. All of these reasons and more would be great reasons to do a pelvic release flow. So let's get into it. You're going to want to have a couple props with you. You're going to want to have a couple pillows or yoga blocks, or even a couple rolled up blankets or towels will work. And then you're also going to want to have a chair, or if you just set up near a couch or a coffee table, something like that, that will work too. So we're going to get started lying on our backs. So what I want you to do is I want you to set up your pillow on your yoga mat so that you can relax your head on your pillow. Relaxing your head and even maybe a little bit of your shoulders onto your pillow is going to help make sure that you're not getting rib flaring here. We want to make sure that we drop the ribs down. So by setting up with a pillow, it's really going to help to drop the ribs down and help us relax. And all I want you to do here is just wiggle a little bit, get comfy. You're going to have your knees bent there, and we're just going to take a couple of deep breaths. What I want you to do is I want you to have one hand on your belly, one hand around your ribs. So you have your thumb on the back of your ribs too. And you're going to take a nice deep inhale. And what I hope you feel is that your belly expands and your ribs expand. The front of your ribs, the side of your ribs, and the back of your ribs. When you take that deep inhale, and then a nice exhale. And when you take that inhale, I want you to relax. I want you to focus on all the muscles in your pelvic floor moving down, relaxing, releasing. For imagery purposes, something that can really help is if you imagine a flower blooming. Imagine a flower opening up. That is your pelvic floor. And I just want to take you to take a couple breaths in this position. You can count to 5, you can count to 3 on the inhale and exhale, whatever works for you. Just take a couple of really deep breaths and focus on releasing and relaxing. Release the glutes, relax the inner thighs, relax the pelvic floor. Good. Give me one more good breath. Good. Now that we've kind of set ourselves up, we're going to go into butterfly pose. So for this one, what I want you to do is I want you to take your pillows or your yoga blocks, your towels, blankets, whatever you have on hand, and I want you to place them so that when you are lying down, your knees can relax onto the pillows. So I'll move the pillows for a second so you can see my foot placement. Butterfly, I'm going to put the bottoms of my feet together, and I'm going to bring my feet in nice and close to my bum there. And then I'm going to put my pillows underneath my knees so that I can just relax my knees into pillows. And we're just going to stay here, relaxing, releasing, breathing into it. And again, focusing on dropping those ribs down. So I don't want you to have huge rib flares. So if you feel like you need to grab a pillow and have it behind your head here, definitely do that. And we're just going to breathe, focus on relaxing those inner thighs. Let the thighs open up, knowing that you're supported by those pillows or those yoga blocks or whatever you have on hand. And you can always grab more than one pillow if you want to stack it up. It all depends on your flexibility, your mobility, where you're at today. Some days you might feel a little bit tighter. Other days it might feel like things are a little bit looser. All sorts of things, including hormones, can impact that. So don't stress. Changes in your body are fine. Let's take 2 more nice deep breaths here. Excellent. Good. Now what I want you to do is I want you to put those pillows to the side there. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our knees. I want you to pull your feet up, grab your knees, and we're just going to act like we're making circles with our knees. So we're rolling side to side, round, and you can make bigger circles, you can make smaller circles. Your shoulders should be relaxed, so we don't want to get the shoulders scrunching up by the ears. We don't want to be relaxing one part of our body while tensing the other part. Good, excellent. Mobility is really key. This is more of a mobility than a flexibility in terms of we're not holding a stretch, we're moving through a range of motion. And it's important that you do both if you have tightness in your pelvic floor. Let's do the other way. So whatever way you were doing, let's move in the opposite direction now. So you want to do some stretches where you're moving through the stretch. You're not just doing a static stretch where you're staying in the same position the entire time. You want to move through that stretch too. Good, couple more. Last one. Excellent. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a hold of Happy Baby. So what I want you to do is, there are 2 options with holding Happy Baby. Is you can either keep your hands more on your shins and just hold like this. If that's feeling good and you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can grab the bottoms of your feet and pull your knees in towards the sides of your body there. The goal here in Happy Baby is to try to get your bum on the floor. So we don't want to be bum way up in the air there. We want to try to relax the pelvis down to the floor. So you can always stay with just pulling those shins on those shins or grabbing underneath the feet. Now we're just going to breathe here. You might feel some tightness, some tension through your glutes, through your thighs. Just breathe. Remember, when we're stretching, we don't want to feel any pain. So feeling a stretch sensation is fine. Feeling pain is not fine. If you're feeling pain, relax the legs, shake them out a little bit, come back in, but try not to go quite as deep. We don't want to push through pain there. Good. Give me 2 more deep breaths there. Good. Oh, excellent. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cross one leg over the other here, and then we're going to reach and pull that knee in towards our chest. If this is feeling really challenging, if you can't grab your knee, this might feel like enough of a stretch for you. You can absolutely stay here. You can also do this against a wall, or you can do it supported on a chair. So it would look similar to this. You would have your knees crossed over, and then you would relax that foot onto a chair to get that stretch there. Or if you've got a little bit more flexibility in there, you can grab and pull the knees in there. Again, just breathing. This is a wonderful, wonderful stretch. And all of these stretches and mobility movements are things that you can do throughout your day, before a workout, after a workout. If you don't have time for the full sequence, you can pick and choose the ones that feel the best for your body, that get the most crunchy, stiff parts of your body, and incorporate them into your regular mobility and flexibility routine. Excellent. Let's do the other side. So again, crossing that leg over. So my knees are basically crossed over top of each other. Just the one is just a little bit above the other there. And then I'm reaching, relaxing in those shoulders. You tuck that chin in a little bit to help make sure those ribs are dropped down. And again, you can do this against the wall or relax on a chair or couch or coffee table too. Don't push further than your body is at right now. Just stick within the range of motion that your body has. You're not going to get more flexible faster by trying to push through and muscle your way through. You actually have more of a tendency to tighten up and make things tighter than looser. So just know that it's okay wherever you are at. Excellent. Couple more breaths here. Good. Excellent. Good. Excellent. Relax that. Release your legs down for a minute. Now you're going to want to come close into a chair, couch, coffee table, whatever you have there. And I want you to bend one foot and put it so that your heel is resting on your chair there. Then we're going to cross that other leg over and gently push out on that knee. This is called supported figure 4. So this is going to really get into the glutes, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to push as hard as we possibly can. We want to just relax, release into it, feeling that nice, gentle stretch there. Of course, for any of these, if it's feeling really, really good and you want to stay in them for longer, feel free to press pause and just stay in for as long as you like. Relax those shoulders. Drop those ribs down. Again, for all of these ones on the floor, if you feel like you have a tough time dropping your ribs down, just put a pillow behind your head. That will help support it and make it easier for you to drop your ribs down. Go ahead, give me 2 more good breaths on this side. Let's switch to the other side. So putting that other foot on your chair, or couch, or coffee table, whatever you're using, and relaxing. Crossing that other leg over and relaxing that knee out. You can push on it gently if that feels good. Knowing too that whenever we're doing stretches, we have a reflex in our muscles that when we first do the stretch, it's like, oh, so that we don't injure ourselves. It tightens up the muscles so that we don't injure ourselves, so that we don't move beyond our normal range of motion. And then after about 15 seconds or so, it relaxes and we can get deeper into the stretch. So know that as you are holding it, that's why oftentimes you'll be able to feel that it just kind of, after a few seconds, it releases and relaxes down a little bit more. You also might find that one side of your body feels tighter than the other. Totally normal. Totally normal. We want to try to work on balance, but no one, not even the most mobile, fit person, is 100% symmetrical. Go ahead, 2 more breaths on this side. can. You can scooch back onto your mat a little bit there, on your carpet if you're not just on carpet there. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to swoosh our knees almost like windshield wipers there. So we're going to swoosh the knees to one side, hold for a second, and then swoosh the knees to the other side. And the goal is to try to get both knees as close down to the ground as you can without totally popping and arching through the back there. So just work within what you got there. Relax through the shoulders. Breathe. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Alrighty, coming on up, we are going to move into some cat-cows. So before we go into cat-cows, if you have trouble with your wrists, you get any pain, tension in your wrists there, then we're going to want to warm up the wrists a little bit first, right? So what you can do is you can place it so that your fingers are pointed towards your knees there. Arms are straight, and you're just going to relax into it. Hold that for a second. Couple breaths here. Good. You can also place the backs of your hands onto the ground and do some rocks back and forth, opening it up a little bit. Good. Excellent. Okay, getting into that cat-cow position now. So we're going to want to come onto all fours there, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips there. You can tuck the toes under or you can relax the feet. Both options work. And what you're going to do is you're going to drop your belly down as you look up, shoulders relax down into the back. Then you're going to tuck the nose towards your belly button, arch the entire back from your pelvis up to your neck, and then slowly drop that belly down and look up. And you can move through a couple cat-cows at your own pace there. Breathing. I like to inhale when I look up and exhale when I'm looking towards my belly button there. And again, we want to focus on moving the entire spine, not just the mid-back. We want to move the pelvis, space in between the shoulders, and the mid-back. Good. Give me 2 more complete cat-cows. So 2 more bellies down, 2 more arching up. Breathe nice and slow. Last one there. Good. Excellent. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move into child's pose there. So just from this all fours position, you can put your toes together, get your feet nice and wide, and you can relax your hands forward. If it feels like too much for you to go all the way down to the ground there, it's a bit too much, you can grab one of your pillows and relax your head onto your pillow there. Or if it's feeling good, you can come all the way down to your mat there. And we're just going to relax and hold here. Relaxing the forehead onto the mat there. Couple breaths here. Imagine your glutes, your bum, getting closer and closer to your heels there. relaxing into it. Shoulders are relaxed, even though our arms are up in front of us. We're keeping our shoulders from shrugging up to the ears there. Keep breathing. Give me 2 more breaths here. Amazing. Good. Coming back up there. Now what we're going to want to do is come back into that all fours position. We're going to keep our glutes in the air, and we're going to reach our hands forward and relax our head towards the ground. This is called melting heart. Again, if you want to grab a pillow, you can always relax your head onto a pillow if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to go all the way to the ground there. But you're just going to keep your glutes over top of your hips there. Relax the chest down towards the ground. Feel that nice stretch. Arms are straight without being completely locked. Shoulders relaxed down into your spine. And just breathe. Good. Give me 3 more good breaths in this position. Really tilting that pelvis up. Like you're really arching your bum, or arching your back so your bum is lifting. It's like I have a string and I'm pulling on your bum, lifting it up. Good. Coming on. Up there. Fantastic. Now we're going to go through a little bit of a hip flexor flow. Open up through the front part of our body there. So what I want you to do is, in this half kneeling position, or in this tall kneeling position, I want you to come into a half kneeling position there. So you're going to have one foot in front of the other. With your back foot or your back leg, instead of leaning really far forward there, we actually want to stay up nice and tall, and we just want to tilt the pelvis slightly. You're probably going to feel some stretching sensation through the front of the body there. And there are 2 options here. You can either hold in this position here, or if you want, you can bring one arm up, turn away from your bent arm, and lean over to the side here. Get a bit more of a side body stretch. And you can hold and breathe. Good. Give me 2 more breaths here. Coming back, we're going to switch sides there. So other foot comes in front. You can tuck that back toes under there. Remembering to stay nice and tall, so we're not leaning into it there. We're staying tall. We're tucking that pelvis under there. You can either just stay in this position here, or if you want a little bit more, you can raise that arm up, turn away from that front leg, and lean over slightly. I want you to still be mindful of those ribs staying over top of the hips there. So we're not crazy flaring out there. You should feel no pinching sensation in the low back there. body opening up. Give me 3 more breaths here. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Excellent. Our last exercise, or flow, mobility flow that we're going to do, is we're going to do a standing forward fold. I like to call this back goodness because that's what it is. It feels so good. So I'm going to want you to come up into a standing position there. You're going to stand a couple feet away from your chair, your couch, coffee table, whatever you're using, and you're just going to arch or reach your hands forward there, keeping those shoulders relaxed down in your spine there. Nice neutral spine, so we're not drooping the belly down. We're also not arching the back up. Nice neutral spine. You can have a little bit of a bend into your knees, or you can bend your knees a lot. If you've got a lot of tightness, feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. The goal here is that we're going to feel some release all the way from our ankles up to our shoulders. So this is a whole back body stretch here. It feels lovely. Good. My feet are about hip distance apart with my toes pointed forward there. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Arms straight without hyperextending. Breathe into it. Feel your muscles releasing, relaxing, getting longer. Give me 3 more good breaths here. Ready? Amazing. Amazing. Well done, my friend. I hope that you enjoyed that release. I hope it feels so good on your body. You can do this as often as you like. You can do 1 round of it every day, 1 round of it a couple times a week, before a workout, after a workout. Again, you can take bits and pieces of it, the pieces that felt the best to you. And if you liked this video, please like it. And if you want more great videos just like this, make sure you subscribe.